back, family. My name is Crystal Kelly. This is Your Mental Health Matters. I am your host this evening, and this is brought to you by ONV. It's been a while, but we're back on the scene, and we have an amazing topic that we would like to just drive right into. And so we have a special guest, Mr. Shane. He's going to introduce himself and what he's going to be bringing to the table this evening.
Yeah,
Yes.
thanks for having me. So,
Yes.
my name is Shane Presley. I'm the program director for the school care team located out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. And what we do is we provide evidence-based programming in suicide prevention and basic mental health education for students, staff, and we just want to ensure folks are well in the buildings, and whether that means admin,
Right.
educators, students, to the support staff, the lunch ladies, the custodians, those other people that impact everyone's day.
Love that. I love that. So how did this program get started?
Yeah, so it got started before I was even a part of it, but the actual work was started by our founder and CEO, Heather Miller, who is kind of the catalyst and the reason why any of us do this work. But she started doing this work because she saw that there was an intersection between mental health and school that
Right.
maybe wasn't being addressed as much as it was needed. So she made the shift from education to the mental health field and started doing this work in 2018, and then just kept building and adding people to her staff and to kind of that focus. And I joined that in 2020.
Wow, that's amazing.
How often do you guys have the training and education, like for a particular school? And then is it like an all-day thing, or is it 2-day event?
Yeah, it really varies because we have a menu of like 10 evidence-based programmings of
Okay.
programs, and then we even do customized trainings where we develop topics based off what a particular school or even a community entity might want. So it really varies depending on what we are doing with a particular person and program and place.
Okay.
I love that.
Right, that's interesting. I just heard about it maybe a month or two ago.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that we'll get the word out more
Yeah.
to this community, because it's definitely a great need.
Yeah.
Big time, big time. So what does this look like? Like, how does the process works when it comes to people using y'all services?
Yeah, so as I mentioned, this work was started, 6 years ago. So
Right.
a lot of relationships have been fostered throughout our time, but we have lots of different grants. We're a nonprofit that kind of direct us where we need to go. But one of our main grants for the school side is where we serve all 12 Northeast Indiana counties. And I'm a lifelong resident of Indiana, so making those connections, getting to know those folks, and then basically from there we get admin buy-in,
Okay.
principals, superintendents. They're the ones who are hearing things from their educators, and then they kind of drive us where we're going, and then we get to meet with teachers and get to put on different programming based off what their needs are. And so that could be coping skills, it could be emotional regulation, it could be maybe they've experienced a suicide in their
Yeah.
school community within the last couple years. So it can be a variety of different reasons why we get there, but it usually starts at the admin level.
Yeah. And that's very special. I love the fact that you guys start from the top, because these are people that have our babies all day.
Yeah.
And so for them to understand the mental health side of why a child is, acting out or having some kind of emotional regulation, like they have that training coming from you guys.
Yeah.
I love that. So, okay, so here's another question. Even though it started, with Heather Miller, now, is there any other programs in the nation kind of similar to this, or?
Yeah, so we are a nonprofit located here out of Indiana, and there are some similar-ish companies
Okay.
regionally to us, but we all do different things. But a lot of our programming are things that have gone through clinical and trial basis to prove that they've been
Yeah.
effective. So you can even see the shirt I'm wearing
I
is
love
Sources
that.
of Strength, and that was a program that was started many years ago and has evolved into one of the most well-known programs to implement in schools for suicide prevention, and it really focuses on strengths and helping people connect to those strengths rather than just only perceive themselves with deficits
That's
and what they
right.
don't have.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So
Okay.
the background of the individuals that are doing the training, can you share a little bit about that? And then are they local individuals, or do you guys get people from around the country to come in and do like the trainings?
Oh, as far as our employees?
Right.
Oh, no, we're all local.
Local,
We're
okay.
all homegrown.
And then
I
what
love
are
that.
some of their backgrounds to help with the training?
Yeah, so we actually have a pretty eclectic team now. So as I was telling Crystal before we started, when we originally set off with this company, there was 4 of us, and we quickly added a 5th, and now 2 years later we're up to 10. So
Okay.
we've
Yeah.
expanded quickly, but several of our folks on our team are former educators who were either at the elementary, middle, high school level, and we even have
Okay.
someone who did some adjunct professor work. We have folks from youth ministry. We have folks who are in the human services field, and I came from the exercise science field, was what
Right.
my undergrad was
Yeah.
in, but then
Right.
I got my master's in mental health counseling just recently, so that's a whole nother element to add to it. So it's a diverse, eclectic group as far as our professional background and what brought us to the same table.
Cool.
Wow,
That's nice.
That's awesome. Now, are you guys all like volunteers, or is this like you guys are actually like employees?
Oh no, these are all 10 full-time employees.
Wow,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay.
we've expanded quickly, and so we do the things in the school, but we also provide services in our communities. We've trained a lot of organizations here in Fort Wayne and a variety of places, like as far down as Carmel and as far west as Gary. So
Okay.
so we do a lot of services, and it started in the school, and we understand that
Yeah.
really what we're trying to do is impact the youth, because it's basically that trickle down system
That's
where
it.
where we want to train the educators because we know they're
Yes.
with them all day. We want to train parents because we know
Yeah, that's
that
big.
if a kid's learning how to regulate their emotions and their parents may not know how, it doesn't
Right.
do them much good.
That's
So we
right.
want to hit the parents, and where do we do that? Is we hit them through their employers, and so we do
Yes,
those staff
smart.
training. So
Smart.
it's really that trickle down system that is all leading to the youth. So
Nice.
that's kind of the approach that we take.
Wow.
So, do you guys collaborate with any of the community mental health centers around Indiana?
Yeah, so in schools, they operate under something called the multi-tiered support system, which is essentially like a triangle that's split into 3 levels. And level 1 is, you like to think about education and skill building for all students. As you go up the actual triangle, it kind of starts to get into those more intensive cases where you would have one-on-one work with like a behaviorist or
Right.
a counselor or whatever it may be, a skill coach. So we like to stay in that tier 1. We don't want to position ourselves as
Yeah,
counselors
that
or
makes
anything
sense, yeah.
to that effect, but so all of our stuff is for everyone. Now with that
Okay.
being said, we stay in our lane and we refer people to the Bowen Center, the Northeastern Center, the Peggy F. Murphy Grief Center, depending on what's going on. But we definitely are just trying to connect people with resources as well and stay in our lane in the
Yeah.
same breath.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So what topics or training topics that you guys are having the most when it comes to, the schools? What are some trends that you're noticing?
Yeah, well, it's unfortunate, but suicide prevention is a big one. I guess it's how you frame it, whether it's
Yeah.
unfortunate or
Right,
fortunate.
right.
But unfortunately, a lot of these school communities have experienced losses, whether it be from students or staff, and it's just
Wow.
it's becoming more and more prevalent, unfortunately. So that's really a big thing. But emotional regulation, skill building, boundaries, those are huge right now, because if we think about our youth, they lost a lot of pivotal social skill
Yeah.
building during COVID. And
Big
it's
time.
isolation, it was them being on their own. And so we need to think that, these year's 8th graders are probably more on the development of a sixth grader. So
when you put it like that, yeah.
we really got to pour into them and meet them where they're at, and that's at school, and so it's just really important that educators and admin are identifying that now, and so those are the big trends right now. But again, every school community is different, and we don't say. We don't go into a school and say, I know what you need. I mean, that would be a disservice to
that's
both
true.
them
That's
and
right.
us. So we just put on our listening hats and find out what works for them and what their needs are, and then we kind of tailor our approach from there. So it's definitely not a cookie cutter, one size fits all.
I love that.
So how often are you guys going to the schools?
Yeah, good question. Yeah.
Yeah. Nearly every day.
Every day, really? So
yeah.
maybe a different school.
Exactly.
Several times, during the week.
Yeah.
So how can an individual get involved with that, or how can a school get connected with you guys?
Yeah, they can definitely go through our website. Our
Okay.
website has everything from our staff bios to how to get in contact with us, as well as the programs we offer. So do you want me to share the hyperlink?
Yeah, I think at the end.
Yeah, at the
Crystal
end,
has
that's
it.
fine.
Wait
Yeah.
for plugs. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
That's
But
perfect.
yeah, the website is definitely an excellent one. And then word of mouth is huge too, because we've worked with a
Yeah.
lot of big entities and schools in Fort Wayne. And we want to position ourselves as community partners and advocates, because
Right.
we know there's plenty of sand in the play box, or in the sandbox, and there's lots of people that need served, and there's lots of services here in Fort Wayne that are eclectic and meet people where they're at in a lot of variety of ways. So,
Right. Right.
so yeah, we stay busy, and
That's awesome.
it's
Yeah.
we serve pre-K through 12, so as well as adults and staff. So
And then you said for organizations, they would connect on your website as well. Okay.
yeah, we have a whole community catalyst department that's whole focus is just community trainings.
Okay. And how can an individual get trained? And then you're next. You're going to ask a question next.
Yeah. How can an individual get trained? We have, there are national trainings. We pay for
Okay.
some trainings to come here. We are also trainers for different programs as far as, for example, we have a program called Wellness Recovery Action Planning, and that walks people through 5 key concepts that are kind of the foundation, which is hope, personal responsibility, self-advocacy, support, and education. That lays the foundation. And then we actually walk them through what are your triggers, what are your coping skills, and then walk them through the framework of developing a crisis plan,
Wow,
where we
that's
walk
good.
them through the different stages of what a crisis looks like, and then when do we need to give up control to other people to act on our behalf and our wellness. So we received 5 of us on the team received a level 3 certification in Ireland earlier this year. So we
Wow.
can actually certify trainers to keep spreading out this work, because that's how much we believe in it, that we
Yeah.
would make that journey to do that.
Dang.
That's
That's
awesome.
a whole nother level right there. Ireland?
Yeah,
Dang,
yeah,
okay.
I know. Tell me.
That's what's up.
That is nice. So. Stop it. Stop it.
sorry,
Miss
sorry.
Crystal.
Okay, so next question. This is light. We're just talking. We're just
Oh, my
It's
word.
easy breezy.
Yes, it is. I love it. This is awesome. Okay, so when it comes to your staff, do you guys, I guess me and Miss Tammy was talking about this earlier about your staff. Like, is it multicultural? Like, is it a variety of people that's on your staff?
Yeah. We have a couple cultures, represented on our
Okay.
team.
I love that.
It is. We have 10 folks, and 8 of them are women. So we're a little short on the
men.
On the men, yeah.
right now. But there's plenty of time and growing to still be still be had. But yeah, we are intentional with that, because we realize that I can't go into some communities and be representative of the same crowd that I'm trying to instruct with, and so it's the idea that we want to have equal representation and get people that look like the students are in the room, and say,
Yeah.
there's no limits to what you can and can't do, you know. So we find that important to do. So we, you know, while we have our 10 folks on our staff, we still have like a student board where we have folks from
that's
across
cool.
Fort Wayne
Okay,
Community
okay.
Schools, or not even Fort Wayne Community Schools, all the schools of Northeast Indiana. We have some contracted workers who were once students who went through our programming, who were so connected to now where we actually contract with them to do trainings with us. So we really do believe in investing in that youth and even bringing them alongside of us and doing what we do, because it's important.
I love that. Oh my goodness. Okay.
So, so you guys are in the schools and you're training there. You're going into homes and training parents there too, or is that a?
No, we typically meet the parents through where they're employed at. That seems to be the most effective way.
Gotcha.
Now, we can host like trainings after hours at a community center or something, but you know, it's difficult to get parents there because you know, after work they wanna be with their families and taking a load off. So what better than to meet them where they're at, and they get paid to get trained by us, and that seems to be the most effective path.
Oh wow, that's amazing. Taking it to the workspace. That makes sense.
And then I asked that one before, how long do you think that one would be? Like if you went to an organization, is that like a half day, full day?
Yeah, I think the thing that we like to do is stay adaptable to what their needs are. So if they've got an hour block where they want to train their staff, great. If they've got a whole day set aside for us, great. Like we've spoke at we've spoke at conferences for like the Allen County Public Library where it's all staff just going to breakout sessions. And then we've also trained like the city of Fort Wayne for like an hour and a half. Their staff who operate 311 on just stress management and how do you deal with kind of the constant flow of stress that is represented in your job.
That's right.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. Y'all do a lot.
Well, there's 10 of us. So we stay busy, but I guess the idea of what we do is, like I said, we realize we're only here for a short time, and we've got to be able to pour into youth, and they're going to be the ones who take over.
Yeah, that's very true.
And so we want to, every kind of move we make is strategic to trickle down to the youth, because we just know that, you know, they're the next wave. They're going to be the stewards of this, and they're going to take it wherever they take it. We want to make sure they have the most knowledge and tools that we can impart on them.
Oh, wow.
How about for you guys as an organization, next steps? Like, what's the future looking like for you guys? Any immediate goals coming up? Or
No, there's some neat things that we're doing. So that wellness recovery action planning, we've actually been meeting with some entities and that are over that to try to kind of become more of the main movers of that program for for wellness recovery action planning. So that's a really big one. But yeah, we just want to keep expanding. So whether that means go south, west, or east or north, as far as, you know, not maybe being only focused on Northeast Indiana, but let's maybe go out to Ohio, go out to Illinois, go down to Tennessee, Kentucky, see where other schools are struggling or have needs that we can meet. So I think it's just continuing to increase our capacity and spread the work that we do.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. Do you guys see yourselves expanding out of Indiana?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, just like I just mentioned, I think it's just with the trajectory we've been on, and I think we really focus on quality work and not just the numbers and trying to push out a bunch of stuff quickly. That we really focus on, you know, that quality and meeting people where they're at. And so I think that is a good trajectory to continue to expand where we're going.
I love that. So you did mention a few times it's only 10 of you guys on the staff, like staff members. How do y'all take care of yourselves? Because this is a lot, you know, when it comes to educating, training, not only the school kids and then, you know, community resources. Like, how do you guys take care of yourselves?
Yeah. So with an eclectic team comes a lot of eclectic coping skills. So none of us are the same, but, you know, I can only speak for myself,
Right.
but you know, I'm a fitness enthusiast, so I like to work out, spend time with my family, just unplug. Those are all really important things for me. But you know, sports, just you know, being with friends, a lot of the similar coping skills between me and a lot of folks in that aspect. So, but yeah, we realize this is important work, and we all get run down. And I think one of the cool things about working for us is we have 2 self-care hours each week
Ooh.
where you can use 2 hours to do whatever you want without any approval.
I love that.
And so we really want to make sure that people are taking care of themselves, that we're practicing what we
Come
preach.
on.
So,
Right,
so
right.
that's something that we really care about, is that self-care time and making sure you're well, so
That's
you can
it.
give out wellness.
That's beautiful.
So
Okay.
I feel your passion for this this program, and
big
I
time.
was just wanting to know how were you drawn to it? Did it come to you, or did you kind of seek it out?
Yeah, so you know, you and I met many years ago. I worked for the Renaissance Point YMCA. I was a wellness, sports, and aquatics director there, and then unfortunately, like a lot of people in the mental health field, you know, I experienced tragedy in my life and lost some good close people to suicide, and kind of walked away with that, saying I can do more and I can impact people's wellness in a different way, and I believed I had the capacity to do that. So that's what kind of made me do a, you know, not a 180 shift, but certainly a 90-degree angle to say, you know, I can do more. So that's when I started seeking out this work, and not knowing much about anything, just
Right.
like, you know,
Wow.
just generally what I knew about mental health, but then really diving in and learning about the science and the brain and those different
Yeah.
things we can do for ourselves and for others.
Right, right. That's awesome.
It is. Wow. Thank you for doing what you're doing.
Right.
You know, I mean, again, I never heard of this program. So when Miss Tammy brought this to my attention, I'm like, oh, yeah, we got to have you on the show.
Yeah.
for
Like,
sure.
this is amazing, you know. And our audience, again, thank you guys for joining us tonight. We're talking about mental health in the schools and this amazing program that is definitely being implemented in our community. So I just love what you guys are doing.
Yeah, thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate you having me on here and just inviting me to the table,
Yeah.
because, yeah, it's really important, and I'm just happy to be here.
Beautiful.
Right.
Okay, you guys have anything else? Any other questions or?
I was just curious. You said you just got your master's?
I did.
Yeah, where'd you go?
I graduated from PFW just this past May.
Okay, congrats, man.
Congrats.
Right on.
So,
We already know somebody.
Yes.
a long,
Yes.
hard fight, but we got it.
You know.
You got
Indeed.
that right. I love it.
Yeah.
We're all mental health professionals, y'all. I love
Yes,
it. I
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, again, thank you for being on our show tonight. Now, how can we contact y'all organization?
It's the website time.
The
This is
website
this
time.
is
There you go,
This is
Jay.
the moment.
There we go.
This is your moment.
Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, you can reach out to us on our website, which is www.schoolcareteam.org,
Okay.
or maybe schoolcareteam.com.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's one of
our
them.
email. Our email's.org. It's www.schoolcareteam.com.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and you can request services from us. You can look at our programming,
Yeah.
our profiles, and get to know who we are as an organization, what our mission is, what our values are, what we stand for, and yeah, and connect with us through there. And then, of
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
course, we have social media. We have Facebook,
Yeah.
Instagram, TikTok. And then we even have our own podcast.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
so check us out at any of those different places.
I love it. This won't be the last time.
Oh, right.
Yes, we already got a relationship
That's
going.
right.
I
Right,
love it. I
right.
love
And
it.
One more question
Yeah, go
before we
ahead.
close out. So, on the website, are we able to find out how individuals can get trained
Mm.
in your program?
Yeah, that as far as receive, like, yeah, you can find out more information on that. We have a lot of live Google forms that we are hosting trainings where you can
Yeah.
come and sign up for those. So there's a lot of different ways that you can engage with our website on whether that means just getting more information or actually getting involved.
Okay.
Awesome.
That's nice.
Okay, cool beans. Again, thank you.
Yeah.
you.
Yes, thank you, Shane, for agreeing to come. I
Yeah.
appreciate you.
Yes.
Appreciate
Thank
you.
you for having me.
All right. So, Salathia, Miss Tammy, you guys have any announcements? Anything coming up that you guys want our audience to know?
I do have something, but we'll have a couple times. I think one more time before this event, which is on Saturday, December the 9th. It's an event for young ladies or young girls, 8 to 12 years old. The event is already registered on Eventbrite. We will have more information, hopefully the next time and on the website of ONV. But it's to get the young ladies kind of educated on the change. And that's all I really want to say about that right now, because we'll go into more details later, and then you'll have more information on eventbrite.com. Again, Saturday, December 9th, it will be at the Allen County Public Library at 12 noon.
All right.
And lunch will be included. Thank you.
Whoop, whoop. More information to come.
Yes.
All right.
Okay. Stop it.
All right, so we're wrapping up our show. We like to thank you guys for joining us tonight. Again, we are every first and third Friday of the month, so check us out the 1st of December. We'll have another amazing topic to bring to you guys.
All right.
So again, have a happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy your times with your family, and thank you, thank you, thank you.